Alright fellas, now I know this isn't ideal, but our minibus has been stolen, so we can't really do a bus trip today. Hopefully you've been to the physio over the road though, because that was quite good placement here across from the Hilton. So we're going to have to hitchhike to the ground. Don't get angry, this is going to be part of our warm up for the game. Let's just use it as motivation, let's ruin the day here for all these locals and beat their team to win another Champions League, okay? Now, who's got some good hitchhiking experience? Anyone? No, David, you're from Spain. Are you good at hitchhiking? Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 121 of the New Zealand Builder Nation here on Shaun Does FM with both the All Whites and with Cashmere Technical. And coming up today, we've got the Champions League final for 2036 in Oceania, where we take on Hekari United over in Papua New Guinea. So if you're looking forward to that in today's episode, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and are enjoying the series here on the channel, also make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. But today, Champions League final, it does mean that yesterday we did play the semi-final, a big one too, against Western Suburbs in a New Zealand derby. So if you missed that one, I'll leave a link to it over in the top right corner now. I've actually already recorded this bit, but silly editing Shaun last night when his computer was playing tricks on him with it not charging, accidentally deleted the screen with all the gameplay on it. So I'm re-recording this right now a day later, which does mean I already know what's happened in this game, but it also means I can't show you guys many screens because unfortunately I also deleted the save point from right before that game. But this is our opposition that we are going to take on in the Champions League final. Actually a bit higher reputation than most we take on in the Champions League from the islands. 1.5 stars, and they are clearly the best team in Papua New Guinea, still undefeated domestically in terms of how they made their way through to this final. They got past Iroquois in the semis, and before that AS Dragon in the quarterfinals. Actually also took on Iroquois in their group, which they did finish top of, but that was a draw. They finished on top of their group with 7 points. But this is our opposition, unfortunately, because I've already played the game with the date that you can see there on screen. Can't show you guys too much more in game because otherwise going to spoil quite a bit, but thankfully do go into this game at Cashmere Tech with no injury concerns or suspensions, which is very nice indeed. Just one tired player, you'll see that shortly when Shaun does run through the team sheet. Thankfully, still the actual game, just not the pre-match, the post-match, or the bus trip. But I was planning to do a bus trip to Sir Hugh McMurray Stadium, so I'm just going to do a bit of a shorter version here for my re-recording, seeing as it's our first time over there in Port Moresby. As per usual, we start off all our bus trips here with finding a hotel. Now this you probably would have seen in the intro, seeing as our minibus has now been stolen because of the whole forgot to keep the recording from yesterday thing, but we're going to stay at a Hilton. The price was actually pretty good for a Hilton, probably because it's over in Papua New Guinea, but this did look pretty fancy, not that far away from the stadium, and obviously being a Hilton, quite nice indeed. Very nice rooms, they've got lots of benefits of staying there, dining in drinks that could be very useful off the back of picking up this Champions League. It's in a very good location right in town. Nearby actually there was a physiotherapist, so I thought that could be quite useful before the game. Hopefully that pays off in this upcoming Champions League final, but we are definitely the hot favourites for this one. A quick look at the gallery, hopefully get some different photos popping up here of where we're staying. It's a Hilton, it looks very nice. Even there is a fitness room which we can use as well as a buffet, which I'll probably be making the most of either side of this game. But in terms of the bus trip itself, it's 7 minutes long. I think there's been an extra minute added on since I did this last night. Must be busier traffic on a Wednesday in Port Moresby, but about 5 kilometres, not too far. Now unfortunately, because it's Papua New Guinea, there is no street view, so this did make this bus trip a little bit shorter than usual. Let's actually click on the right thing there, Shaun, go to layers. This is what we want to work with, and essentially what I did for this bus trip was just blab on about what's nearby, all the different places near the road. There you can see Muscle Mastery Physiotherapy, that was quite close to the hotel. As I said, should be quite useful for our boys. We started to make our way downwards road. Went past another accommodation outfit there, as well as I think there was a gym called Functional 365. Indeed, that was the case. Does sound like a bit of a gym name. Also a fertility solution place, which hopefully none of our boys will need, otherwise that's concerning. But going down the road a bit further, there's a super city, a supermarket. Going down the road further, there's a bit more food stuff there, some local Papua New Guinea ingredients, which, to be fair, I'm not sure what they'd be. I've never actually been to PNG, been to most of the other islands here down in the Pacific. Here we got a little bit of a weird U-turny thing to make our way onto the motorway, going past the fishing and aquatic centre, which might be a good little bit of team bonding off the back of this Champions League final. Make our way past Investments Limited and also a learning place down Spring Garden Road. It's called Spring Garden Road, and you kind of start to see why. Lots of greenery and whatnot. Take a bit of a right hand turn here, and coming up soon, I think we started to get towards a bit of a copy area with lots of that sort of stuff. And in fact, it might have even been government stuff that we were going past. Trading Limited, we've got Global Technologies, whatever it is, and a constabulatory. So definitely this was a bit of a government area over here in Papua New Guinea before we take a left hand turn here, going past the Education USA Advising Centre Embassy of the US. So hopefully that's not going to be anywhere that we do end up, and just make our way here past that roundabout, and we got to the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. And I need to include this because this is quite important to some stuff I blabbed on about during the game itself, but this looks very similar to most stadiums you actually see in game in Football Manager. It's got the 4 stands and a little concrete area there in each of the corners, which no doubt in FM will be fenced off with an ambulance behind it, so it can't actually do anything when it needs to try and make its way onto the field and help out one of the players. So this actually might be the most FM ground in history over here in Papua New Guinea, Port Moresby, in the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. There was something close to a ground level view, but be fair, you only see that left hand stand. Don't know if we need to show you guys too much of that one, but that's the bus trip over in Port Moresby. Not the longest one, but with no street view, that's kind of how it has to be. To be fair, this is a pretty decent stadium compared to most we've played at over in the islands, and hopefully we can make the most of it, upset the guys after they stole our minibus. Before that bus trip being a bit of a hitchhiking one here over in Port Moresby, hopefully still go okay and can lift another Champions League title. And here are the team sheets for this 2036 OFC Champions League final. There are the home team, Hekari United. They are going with a 4-3-3, so a little bit different to most teams we take on these days. Also copying us with a 4-2-3-1. Just one change to our usual best 11. Caputo comes in for Lorenzo Janssen on a heavy workload, but everyone else is fit and ready for this from our usual best 11. Hopefully a nice comfy win after doing the hard job yesterday over Western Suburbs. And it's only taken 5 minutes for the first highlight thrown for us here inside of the final third. Evans plays that one back. Debenham, Carly back out there to our young youth intake star here at Cashmere Technical. Clark plays that into Caputo. Nice ball there for Giorgio Ciardiello, the Italian. Puts that one past there. I think it's Philip in goal for Hekari. And it's a brilliant start, only 5 minutes in. We shocked the home fans. As I said, this stadium, actually in FM, looks exactly like it does in real life. Just adding in the fact I've put a little fence there and all the important stuff in behind that, as per usual. But a brilliant start there, a goal of Ciardiello to put us 1-0 up. And just past the 15-minute mark, we're getting this highlight of this game, and it is a corner here in our favour. So as you expect, we are on the front foot. Caputo plays that one in there for Khaled. Now Diop starts to cut inside, just glides for a man there, left-footed finish, and that's his first goal this season here in a Cashmere Tech shirt. Our left back doesn't score too many because, to be fair, hasn't got much game time the last few seasons, with Xavier Smith having been at the club for quite a while. But this is a really good individual effort. Makes his way inside the box there, just does Willow, and that is a wonderful finish. Might be a contender that for goal of the season. 2-0 up, just shy of the 20-minute mark. And we've made our way forward to the half-hour mark now for the next highlight of this game. So not many highlights so far in this one, but all of them have resulted in goals in our favour. And stats-wise, we're definitely the team on the front foot, as you would expect. Hekari need to find their way back into this one pretty soon if they want to try and win this Champions League final. But Ciardiello just does his man there down our left-hand side. Squeeze that nicely for Caputo. Big save there. It falls back to Evans, but unfortunately that shot goes well over the bar. So the first chance we've seen that we don't take, but thankfully still 2-0 in front. And in fact, short the back of that previous chance, now we're down the other end here for a goal kick, but again, it is in our favour. Eventually get it out to our right-hand side, and Caleb plays that one back to Louis Evans, who skied that shot before, I believe it was him, and he plays it in there for his midfield partner. And Clark, that ball just good enough there to find CR Diallo. Good first touch, and now back to Clark and back to CR Diallo, one of our goal scorers so far. Now Diop floats this one in there, looking for zoomers. A bit of an aerial ping pong there. Thankfully get the ball back. Evans plays it out there for Harry Debenham just on the edge of the box. That pass a little bit off the mark, but thankfully do just enough there to keep hold of the ball. And eventually Debenham will find the Italian far post, and again in CR Diallo, who already puts himself on a hat-trick 3-0 with only a few minutes left in the first half. Hekari United here in all sorts of trouble in the season's Champions League final. I think the big game was that semi yesterday, as we did suspect, but that's a really good header there across the face of goal, just inside of that far post to make it 3-0. And we're just about into 2 minutes of added time here in the first half of this game, and a late free kick in our favour. CR Diallo goes far post there, looking for zoomers across the face of goal. Philip, for some reason, tried to save it, didn't get there, and stupid face Max Caputo will score a goal in a Champions League final, which is a bit of a shame, but that should put this result beyond doubt. Before half-time, 4-0. This is going extremely well here away from home. Hekari, as I said, might be the case. Looks like that other side of the draw, not too much chop in the Champions League this season. 4-0 up, and based on stats, we definitely deserve it, actually outperforming our XG for once with Cashmere Tech this season, which is quite nice. Everyone out there doing well, so no changes needed going into the second half with that 4-0 lead. Albeit not too long into the second half, there's a highlight here, and it might actually be in favour of the home team with a throw-in inside of the final third. They float that one far post there for Price, comes off the underside of the crossbar. It beats Sifuentes there. I think also Debenham got out jumped, and Hekari do grab a goal back early in the second half, so maybe they are on for an Istanbul turnaround. Let's hope not, because that would be pretty embarrassing. But a good start to the second half for Hekari, but thankfully we're still 3 goals in front. And only a few minutes off the back of that Hekari goal, now we're down the other end for a free kick of our own. Philip punches that before zoomers can get to it, goes out to Clark, open net, but unfortunately can't quite put that on target. Big chance to make it 5-1, but unfortunately still 4-1 here, early stages in the second half. And in fact now it's a goal kick for Hekari. Philip will pump that one deep. Thankfully Diop eventually does head that down for CR Diallo, and he plays Caputo through here. Good chance to square this one for zoomers. I think their shot takes a big deflection to beat Philip, but thankfully we're scoring goals in the second half, because sometimes we can be a bit slick off the back of a good first half here at Cashmere Tech. That's been creeping in so far this season, but thankfully strike back pretty soon off the back of that goal that Hekari did score and make it 5-1, 10 minutes into the second half. And then a few minutes on from that fifth goal, it's again a goal kick here to Hekari, so exactly the same way that previous highlight started again. Diop wins that ball back for us, plays it forward to CR Diallo, but this time we go back to Sam Clark. Now zoomers drops deep before playing that one out to Diop, who has some space here down our left-hand side, back in there for Sam Clark. Will he take on the shot? Yes, he will. It's a wonderful curving effort from our deep line playmaker, which will definitely put this one to bed. To be fair, was probably already put to bed by half-time. But off the back of that Hekari goal, that should absolutely make sure that we're going to win it now with a 5-goal lead and only a half hour left. And we're gone forward to the 69-minute mark now, and I think this is actually quite a good time to make all our 5 subs in this game. Just keep some of these players fresh for the Southern League games coming up, seeing as it looks like this one already done and dusted. Diop's on a bit of a deep yellow heart. The Jack Honey can come on for him, and the rest of them, not too sure who we should take off here. So let's just see. Carly, probably quite a good play to take off, one of our key ones here. Tariq Nah can come on for him. Both our centre-backs going fairly, so Kanate and Victoros can come on for them. And of the rest, I think maybe Ezra Zuma's on the worst rating of a 7.7. So let's give some game time here. Maybe not to Cloud, but to Juan Carlos Castro. Looks like he might need game time here in this Champions League final. So that's all our subs used in one lot there with 20 minutes left and a 6-1 lead. And short of the back of those subs, it is now a corner here to Hekari, and they take that one near post. Now I think their CR Diallo has actually headed that one into the back of his own net, off the back of picking up a yellow card. It's obviously going to count as a goal because he was on the line, but that's definitely almost an own goal there from the Italian. That's not how you get a hat trick, mate. We'll just get him to ease off tackles later in this game, but Hekari closed the gap but not too dangerous because we're still 4 goals in front. And we just snuck our way into the last 10 minutes of this game. We were on the ball there, but unfortunately Torik can't quite pick out Clark, I think it was there. And Hekari actually, with a chance on the counter attack, for some reason Debenham doesn't actually take the ball there, despite the fact he was well in front of Price. But interesting that Hekari might get a chance to close the gap here yet again and make it 6-3. They might actually be winning the second half here. Good shot that, but just unlucky. Doesn't quite curve enough into the top left corner. And shortly off the back of that, we do now have a free kick. Clark puts that over the top, and Hekari actually hit it clear and Price, their first goal scorer, might get a chance here on the counter attack, but thankfully we do mark that one quite well. But Hekari are showing some fight here in the second half, but thankfully we did enough in the first to make sure we will pick up yet another Champions League title here at Cashmere Tech, and that should be, based on what happened a couple of years ago, yet another Club World Cup that we can go to, albeit by this stage, might not actually be seeing it with the amount that we should have booked our tickets to. In the saver shot there from Hekari, that one goes wide of the post, and we make our way into the last 5 minutes of this game and 4 minutes of added time. As you can see, both teams really about doubled the XG from that game, but thankfully we were very clinical in front of goal and got the job done in what did look like a little bit of an easy kill there in that Champions League final. And we're going to pick up the trophy here yet again at Cashmere Tech. Time to pad a bit here and just wait for the fireworks to go off so we can lift the trophy. But a very comprehensive win, 4-0 up at halftime. The second half was a draw. A little bit disappointing, but we lift the Champions League trophy in Oceania yet again off the back of a 6-2 win. And back to future Shaun off the back of that nice win. They're in the Champions League final, a little bit sloppy again there in the second half, as we've tended to do of late here at Cashmere Tech, but a 6-2 win. I did go through the inbox items as well as the competition review off the back of that final. I think it was in the end, the semi-finalists Iroquois, who were the biggest overachievers and the biggest underachievers, came from all the way back in the prelim round, and that was the Hekari United youth, which I still think is a bit ridiculous if they're a youth team with half a star reputation. Not too sure what FM is against these guys, but they always get that biggest underachiever award, do the team out of Tonga. We got a bit of money, but not too much because it's the Overseas Champions League. And that really was all we ran through for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, despite the fact that it's probably going to be very janky because I deleted the wrong thing. Oopsie daisy. But if you enjoyed it, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and are enjoying the series here on the channel, also make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. Now tomorrow, we're going to come back in the not too distant future from where I am in game, and we should hopefully be playing an OFC Nations Cup final. It's the only interesting thing I can find that I can actually get up to before the end of the week. It's probably going to be pretty one-sided, but a chance for us to pick up a trophy with the All Whites and hopefully can even sneak out the world rankings if Senegal can do it by beating a team like Madagascar or whoever it was who were down below 100th. Lots of those teams will be taking on in the OFC Nations Cup. So hopefully we'll come back tomorrow and lift the trophy with the All Whites. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.